Start presenting also.
Yeah.
Yes, my name is Kai. We are from BTU.
I'm Jasper.
I'm Christian.
I'm Christian.
Yeah, and we're in the team design contest. We are Hold Ud. And we got this task of transporting water from one place to another. Kind of brainstormed of the ways we could do this and ended up with two main ways of doing it. Either we could do it with some sort of device that lifted water externally, so the device was hydraulically powered, or we could create some kind of pump system so that we could just pump water as soon as we had connection to the other end. And we thought about that it would be cool to make something that seemed a bit scalable and realistic if you wanted to move something. So we tried sticking with the pump system. And of course, when we want a pump system, it's rather important that it can close properly in the one end. This is what it's called syringe. And there's this thing in here, a piston, so to speak. So what we did is that we cut the edges off this one, and then we kept this part for guidance so it stayed put. And then by doing so, we kind of created a one-way valve here. So if we sucked up from here, it would move up, we could get water up, and if we push down, it would lock again. And in order to make it a valve where we could pump like this, we simply extended this one with another, the same principle, with another valve that we cut in here. And then our idea was that we could simply somehow control this pump and then pump water from here further on to that end. The main problem here is, of course, that we have to control it hydraulically in a closed system. So even though that we had a closed system here and we could pump here, this wouldn't quite be a hydraulic closed system. So we wanted to create hydraulics to control this one. Maybe you should give the judges this moment. Yeah.
So this is how the pump system is actually working. We have this on the end of that construction, and we can pump water up by doing so, and then it will overflow and fill the cups.
The main problem with controlling this with hydraulics, because we simply just made a closed circuit with water in, so we could press it from up here and not externally, was that we could push it hard enough, but as soon as we had to retract it, we were kind of limited by the vacuum power. So as soon as there was a little bit of air inside of the hydraulic up here, which was quite hard to avoid, we could only withdraw it rather slowly. The way we should have done it, which we didn't have time for sadly, was that we should have this part here attached, like, so to speak, in the middle. Oh, this is the ugly pump. Oh, it's a time one?
Yeah.
In that case.
Well, yeah, we can tell that while presenting our system.
Yeah, we will demonstrate that.
Yeah, we'll demonstrate how actually we ended up making a system, because in the last hour we found out that this system, the hydraulic system to control our pump, wouldn't work that effectively, or to say it another way, it didn't work. So we turned back to the shovel system and just trying to lift some water with it's a very quite simple system with just a hydraulic system lifting the arm. Well, I don't know if you will come over here just to watch that I'm not cheating, but only pressing the syringe because it's a little entangled out of this. But well, I need to stand on the other side.
100%.
All right. Hopefully, this will
It will not.
fold.
So I guess
Well,
it goes some.
All right.
So that's it.
We'll take some minus points for removing that one ourselves, I guess. And the next one. Well, at least that one hit.
Yeah, and it would be nice if this one were
Alright.
coming all the way down, and this one
This one's
did
wrong.
as well.
Let's forget all of this.
All right. Well, the concept is then
We'll try and show the pump
just
system.
to show
first.
that
We
it
know that
works
this is
quite
the-
effective.
Can it count?
Yeah, I'll take
Will
time.
it take time?
Yes.
All right.
Great.
Yeah.
So in only like 5 seconds or so, we already pump some water in the containers, and we are continuing pumping. And
Der er det lidt andet.
And now just for 2 diesel engine,
You
the
get
middle
the
there.
principle.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
So it's very efficient.
even though we're and I guess
Yeah.
The other principle, we can just demonstrate.
maybe should we like
Should we?
restart
Yeah.
or and then
Yeah, but we can unfold it.
yeah.
Turn on.
So I guess it's not actually.
Yeah.
But the shovel system is like pushing the servers,
Yeah, it was kind of just mounted the last hour, but
and the water comes,
wow, it's working.
and
It's
you can
I
pick up some
shoot
more
a
water.
bit here.
It's quite a slow way to transport water.
But it,
But
anyway, it
it
is
works.
possible to take water from the basin, and
The way we should have made this work was, of course, that I guess we were a bit fried yesterday when we didn't consider it that much, but we could press the piston quite heavily because the water was pressured that way. When we retracted it, we were limited by the vacuum, but if we had just placed a piston each way, so we could press it down, then have another piston pressing it the other way, instead we had 2 from top. And we kind of figured that like 1 hour before, we're not going to be able to make all that, so we kind of hoped that we could just do this for 7 minutes, make it unfold, and then just to get some credits.
anyway, it's quite nice looking at, right? Just me standing here. I can stand here for how long time do we have left? We're actually pouring water at the moment.
It's not a lot, but it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically the principle, but we would love to have made that other part work, but sadly it turned out that it.
And the good part about this pump system is that you can scale it in a big scale, and that's how you actually make pumps.
And the pump itself is really effective. We have like 90% efficiency of compared to how much we suck in the first pump, how much goes further on. So in that perspective, we're rather satisfied, and it's also good looking. So
We call it the Christmas tree.
yeah. I'm not sure if this.
And then we have 3 minutes left.
3 minutes. Are you getting tired, or should I?
Yeah, I'm getting a little tired in my arm, but I can continue on. I don't know, is it counting?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll work. You can just sit there and watch. I'm just standing here and
Oh
smiling.
yeah, we also made this lock system because obviously, if we wanted this thing to be hydraulically powered, there would be some kind of force acting up and down. So this thing that falls down is simply falling into a lock, so it's not possible to
Yeah.
get
You
it
just
back.
stop moving this. Can we move? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the principle when we thought that would work.
Any questions?
Yeah, I start taking questions now.
I can just continue it and
Yeah,
multitask.
Can you get water into other containers?
Well,
Yeah, we can.
We have these small holes in the large
And the pump
in the
system.
tube, but as we figured it wouldn't count anyway, we just sealed them up because it looks silly when it dripped down. So we basically just made small holes in the first, and then made sure that most of the water entered the last one, so it just like dripped down.
You could like fill them all in a
Yeah,
few minutes.
I'll tell you.
That's no problem.
The thing is with this system, I think we're getting too little water maybe, so if we made holes in the foil, we weren't sure that all would get to the last one, which counted the most.
Oh, that Annie would get to the last
Yeah.
one.
But in the other system, we simply had small holes, which we just taped up because it was silly.
Yeah.
More questions? Yeah.
I didn't quite understand why you didn't use the first system.
Because it had to be like externally controlled. So
We're not allowed to stand here and control it.
We had this system, so to speak. So instead of this one function, we had 2 with glued opposite. And then we had this one as a hydraulic system, which is closed. We could control, but that would be allowed. Thing is that when we withdraw this one, we couldn't do it more with vacuum power. There were some air in there.
1 minute left.
Hurry
up.
So the thing is that we have had 2 of these systems, and we had 2 of them, but we have mounted them like this. It didn't help anything. But if we had mounted them in reverse, we could have like pushed down and pushed the other, and we could have made it work. Hopefully, but we didn't have time to test that. So instead, we made this.
But it took, this is able, it's possible to make this system in 1.5 hours or something.
Yeah.
Quite-
But well, having said that, quite well, yeah.
yeah.
Bit too much to say. Hurry up, you have 1 minute left.
I can't hurry up, the water needs to. You know, that's the problem as well. In this system, you're working with the gravity, so the water has to run slowly and nicely, but it makes a nice plopping sound down there.
It's kind of
Relaxing if you have like half minute of silence, just
stay chill out. Oh, what a shame.
Are there any more questions? If there are no more questions, you can remove your device, and then we'll set up for.
Just ask if they ask, do you have, or a complimentary?
No, I think it's nice that we made 2 different approaches. Yeah. The first one didn't work.
the unfolding didn't work because we had no more money for this, so we had to wrap pieces together. I guess this got stuck.
Do you all out of credits?
We have 8 credits left of 250. We didn't have more for tape also.
We spent a lot of money prototyping this.
We have a lot of syringes.
Yeah, so we have like 3 functioning pumps and
We wanted to have double pumps so we could like pump extreme amounts of water.
Yeah.
So it's 4.2 centimeters. But there is some.
Not inches.
No,
And
there are some penalties for touching the device.
for everything.
alright, we accept that.
Yeah. And it all started in the cylinder.
How much was it?
Would you,
4.2 centimeters.
would you guys want to see a closer look?
That doesn't count. No, the first one because we used the pump, so we could have. I don't know if we could have filled it. With the pump.
Yeah, that's no problem.
It doesn't. No mind. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.